I had just left the hospital after undergoing a dilation and curettage procedure for uterine fibroids. On the bus, I happened to encounter a woman who was crying and claiming she had menstrual cramps and a terrible stomachache, asking me to give up my seat. But I refused. I never expected the woman to be the famous internet influencer Bella Marsh. While I was completely unprepared, she started a live stream, and the next day, I was violently attacked online and pushed onto the trending searches. Netizens even dug up the record of my procedure at the hospital. With a uterine wall that thin, it's obvious she has had so many failed pregnancies. No wonder she was so shameless and refused to give up her seat. Turns out she's a despicable woman. The so-called righteous netizens harassed me until I fell into depression, and even my boyfriend stepped forward to accuse me of being dirty and said he wanted to break up. Unable to endure the blow, I jumped from the rooftop while the female influencer gained tens of millions of followers and began live stream selling, earning more money than she could count. Only after my death did I learn that the influencer had been my boyfriend's childhood crush. To boost the popularity of her live stream, she and my boyfriend had deliberately staged the entire scene. When I opened my eyes again, I had returned to the very day Bella asked me to give up my seat. "Hey, my menstrual cramps are really bad. Could you let me sit for a while? I'm sure you understand, right? Please, I'm begging you." The voice beside my ear gradually grew louder. I snapped back to my senses and looked into a pale face. The pain of my body breaking apart still seemed to surge through me, and I could not help but shiver. After staring blankly for several seconds, I finally realized that I had been reborn. I had returned to the very day when the influencer Bella Marsh had coerced me into giving up my seat. I still have 5 stops left. I really can't stand it anymore. My head is spinning, I feel nauseous, and I might throw up. Just let me sit for a while. Otherwise, if I faint on the bus and delay everyone, that wouldn't be good. She staggered beside me, hunched over as she let out a muffled groan. The middle-aged women around us saw how pitiful she looked and noticed that I remained seated without offering my seat, so they began to speak up one after another. "Girl, you can't be so selfish. She's almost doubled over in pain. You're so young. How can your heart be so vicious? If you refuse, then when she faints from the pain, you'll have to take responsibility for wasting everyone's time on this bus." Even my boyfriend, Felix Gray, who stood beside me, began nagging me. "It's just giving up a seat. You're acting like it's going to kill you. You're usually generous and kind. Did something possess you today? You don't look sick at all. Get up already." In my previous life, Bella had begged me again and again to give up my seat, manipulating everyone to take her side. But I had just undergone a dilation and curettage procedure for uterine fibroids, and the doctor had warned me not to stand for long periods, so I refused her. Who would have thought that the elderly passengers on the bus would all accuse me of being vicious, while my own boyfriend would call me cold-blooded? I thought I would at most suffer a few misunderstandings. I never expected that the very next day I would appear on the trending searches. It turned out Bella had secretly live-streamed everything. She even encouraged her fans in the live stream to harass me online. Babes, I never expected a woman to show such hostility toward another woman. We're all women. We should be helping each other. If every woman with painful cramps met someone this selfish, what would happen? Netizens even dug up the record of my procedure at the hospital. She came to our hospital yesterday for a dilation and curettage procedure. If you know, you know. Someone claiming to be a nurse from a major hospital even posted a photo of my surgery consent form. The words dilation and curettage procedure stood out glaringly on the page. With a uterine wall that thin, it's obvious why she has had too many abortions. No wonder she was so shameless and refused to give up her seat. In an instant, the so-called righteous netizens tore into me like a swarm. I collapsed into despair and depression. The man I had dated for 5 years immediately stepped forward to declare that he had never slept with me and had never gotten me pregnant, loudly proclaiming that he refused to be someone else's backup and wanted to break up. Unable to bear the blow, I jumped from the rooftop while Bella gained tens of millions of followers and began live stream selling, earning more money than she could count. Even after death, my resentment refused to fade and my soul lingered for a long time. 1 month after my death, Felix moved into Bella's luxury apartment and the two of them began dating. Only then did I realize